we bring you drama on the NBA tonight. What can the Nets do? See another playoff day. Stopping his airness would definitely help. Antonio in. Antonio trying to avoid a sunset. And Houston looking to do it just one more time. We'll also sit down with the Sonics, second unit. The action starts now. Hello again, everyone. Glad you stopped by for the show that loves to flow. This is a playoff edition of the NBA Tonight, along with the coach, Fred Carter. I am Jason Jackson. We begin Wednesday's run with home court contradictions. Just like the Jazz did last week. With a tied series, the Rockets are downplaying the importance of home court advantage. Mario Elie made it plain, saying, quote, home court advantage doesn't mean anything in the playoffs. Now, that line of thinking would float if it wasn't clear that every team is fighting for the top 4 spots in their conference so they can have home court advantage. First quarter, the Rockets strong from outside, coach.
And it's important for them to get off making those three-pointers, and that's the thing that scares you. Drexler's made 2. Matt Bullock made the other one.
Rockets by 7 after 1, second quarter. Ryan Russell kept the Jazz in it, down low, sneaks away for the lay-in late in the half. Clyde open to the Dream. Rockets by 6 at the break, third quarter. More Dream. And check out the classic shake. Only one question to Fry. Go with that shake. Rockets push it to 13. The Jazz strike back. Russell looking for 3 and trifecta. You betcha. Next trip, Jeff Hornacek letting it 3 6-points in the 12 seconds that went by. Jazz down 4 after 3. Fourth quarter, Barkley banging down low with Malone. Tough J off glass, and let's Carl know all about it. Rockets up 6 later. Malone responds. Nails one on Chuck. No foul, though. Jazz down 4. Then problems for Houston on the pick and roll, Fred.
And they've had those problems all year long, JJ. Kane doesn't show. Right there, Stockton gets in the lane. So you know what Sloan does? When he finds a weakness, he tries to milk it. They run it again. This time, Elie comes over. But look at there. Brian Russell gets in the lane, gets 2 free throws. They will always milk, and that's down the gun of the ballgame.
Those 2 trips would tie it at 82. So Houston goes to the Dream. No double team, and that's an easy deuce. Houston by 2. The teams would swap free throws to put the Rockets up 1. 30 seconds left. Pick and roll again. Plus serious ball movement. Russell for 3. No good. Drexler with the board. He gets fouled. Barkley knows it's over. Clyde made 2. And that put the Rockets up 3. Last chance for Utah. Malone, the 3. Utah on the ropes. Hakeem Olajuwon finished with 28 points and 12 boards. As game 4 is Friday in Houston. Clyde the Glide added 22 points and 9 boards. Houston is now 1 win away from becoming only the second number 8 seed to beat the number 1 seed in a playoff series. Number 8 Denver upset number 1 Seattle in 84. In the 90s, Utah is 3-8 when facing an elimination game. The Jazz were solid in the fourth quarter of their first 2 games of this series, but in game 3, there were no late game heroes. Utah shot just 4 of 18 from the field in the final period and missed all 6 attempts from downtown. Time now for Coach Sloan to discuss Rocket Fuel.
They dominated us pretty much early in the ball game, and we were having a terrific time trying to get in their offense. We weren't screening anybody, wasn't getting anything going on, and we really were playing catch up all night long.
A great situation now. We got 1 game at home, and to be honest with you, we don't win the next game, we don't deserve to win the series. A good friend of mine told me, he said, if we win tonight, the rabbit will have the gun instead of the hunter. And I thought that was a great line. When the series started, they were the hunters and we were the rabbits. After tonight, the rabbit got the gun. Let's see what happens now, see how the hunter reacts.
Well, whoever has the gun right now, the Jazz are against the wall. And, Coach, is there any way for Utah to bounce back and get control of this series?
Well, it's most important for the Utah Jazz to get off early. I'm talking about the first quarter. In warm-ups, break yourself a good sweat so you can start off at the right pace. You cannot afford to allow yourself to fall behind the Rockets as you've done in the past. But for the Rockets, this game here is a must-win game for you as well, because if you don't win this one, you're certainly not going back to Utah and win Game 5. So it's a must-win for both teams.
And it's a situation where now in the West, we have the 1 and the 2 seed against the ropes. We'll talk about the Sonics and the T-Wolves later in the show. We move forward. We have the S&S series, Suns and Spurs off to the home of Riverwalk for the Spurs. 1 and done situation against the Suns. Rex Chapman was dressed but did not play. First quarter, Avery Johnson was hot. Johnson slashing through the lane for two. He had 11 of 15 shots. Avery had 10 at the break. And coach, look at Antonio McDyess in the post.
Everyone in the league wondered whether this guy could post up. We knew he could run the floor and dunk, but did he have an inside game? Well, he just made Wilford do a hood ornament. He comes back in lane again, up and under. Yes, league, he does have game inside.
McDyess had 8 in the half, but left shortly with an injured hand. Did the injury affect his play? McDyess, not the same, throwing up the brick. He only had 2 more points in the rest of the game. Second quarter, Spurs down 3. Avery Johnson misses, but David Robinson dunks it right at the 24-second buzzer. Olivia Age wanted the violation. Late in the second, Spurs break the press. Monty Williams takes it the length of the floor. The floater over McDyess. 6 points in 11 minutes for Williams, tied at 41 at the half. Third quarter, Suns look to Cliff Robinson on the break. Robinson, the jumper, can't hit. He had no points, 0 for 6 from the floor. Coach Avery Johnson going to the hole.
Oh, so look at the screen by Will Perdue. McDyess doesn't step up. He gets his little run in the lane. He had an outstanding series.
That's right. He had 18 after 3 in this one. Spurs by 7. Then Chuck Person shows the stroke. And look at how far he shoots this one. And that's good from 8 feet behind the line. My goodness, Spurs by 10. Fourth quarter, Spurs defense steps up. Robinson rejects McDyess and then tears the loose ball from him. Robinson with 21 boards. Chapman's replacement, Steve Nash, in frustration. Nash takes down Johnson full body. That results in a scuffle, and that did it. It's all over. The finest gentleman in the entire National Basketball Association, Avery Johnson, finished with a career-high 30 points as the Spurs wait for the Rockets-Jazz series winner for the Western Conference semifinals. D-Rob had his bag with a double dip and had 15 and 21 in this one. KJ led the Suns with 18 points. As we get more from the score, Chuck Person averaged nearly 7 points in the 61 games he played this season. He finished with 18 in this one. Duncan had a rare thin game of 11 points and 5 boards. After the game, AJ cleared the air on the late game blow-up with Nash.
I understood at the time that they were trying to foul. I just think that one was a little too harsh. And I understand, you know, guys are going home and they're frustrated. You know, but at the same time, it's a fine line.
He had a career night. There's no doubt about that. I couldn't be happier for him. You know, he's always getting the load about, you know, he's not a shooter and you don't want him to do that, and they're going to let him alone, whoever they is. It doesn't matter what team we play.
It was a difficult matchup for us, and their inside guys created a lot of attention. Avery Johnson hurt us throughout the whole series because of the attention that we gave to the inside people. And Chuck Person today, I thought, was the main difference.
So, Fred, now we have to look at Phoenix's situation. They have a lot of free agent opportunities coming up over the summer if there is a summer to sign people without a lockout. But the question is, will small ball continue, or will they come back and have to change the philosophy to try to win?
I don't think small ball can continue. I mean, after all, they have a lot of fun during the regular season. They win basketball games. They go up and down the floor. Last year, they were eliminated by the Sonics. This year, by the Spurs. They've got to reevaluate that situation. If they expect to advance in the playoffs, they've got to come with some big, strong rebounders to play big basketball.
We go to the numbers to take a peek on the top performer in this contest. Avery Johnson shocked the world in this series. They say he can't shoot, but he can surely score head-to-head against Jason Kidd. The only thing Johnson didn't dominate was the assist category, but with a near 30% edge in the field goal shooting area, the advantage stage with A.J. Fred. Did Johnson's performance surprise you at all?
It certainly did, because I was one of those believers that you sag off him, still make him shoot the jump shots. If you make him do that, then fine. He doesn't get in the lane, doesn't give the big guys layups, or they even tip in his misses. My hat's off to him, because he did an outstanding job. After all, a non-drafted player out of Southern University has done an outstanding job.
And we also like him because he watches the NBA Tonight. My friends, we have just begun to flex the hoopology of the NBA Tonight. Still ahead, there's only one broom in the closet, and the Bulls have their hands on it in New Jersey. All in the name of rest and recuperation. Here's a taste for your senses.
The Bulls looking to establish their biggest lead of the game with under 5 in the third, and Burrell from Michael Jordan.
This is where I work. These are my co-workers. Those are my customers. And that's me. Employee number 8. I make baskets.
This is for Reverend O'Brien, who always told me to give it my best shot. For my grandmother, who showed me what real courage is. And for myself, who found it.
With AT&T One Rate International, it's $7.08 for a 12-minute call from the U.S. to Mexico. With 10321, it's $10.56. Surprised? 9 out of 10 calls from home cost less with One Rate International. So give us a call today.
NBA 2Night is brought to you by Huffy Bikes, reminding you that there's an Iron Man in everyone.
On Tuesday's edition of the NBA Tonight, our Fred Carter predicted an early jump by the Bulls led by his Royal Airness on way to a sweep over the Nets. Let's see if MJ and friends watch the show. Luke Longley dressed but did not play. His replacement in the middle, the Worm, sporting a new do. First quarter, MJ sends a message, loses Kerry Kittles with the fake, hits the jump